Hello and welcome to ESL Revolution, everyone. I am your content creator and professor, Dr. B. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel and this is your first video, welcome especially to you this fine day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification button, and you too will get regular updates for the Star Wars: The Old Republic. Or if you're an ESL student and happen to be tagging into my channel, go ahead and click on that as well, because I do provide somewhat regular or irregular video updates on ESL learning and teaching. So stay tuned for that. All right, now that that is all out of the way, let's talk some Star Wars, everybody. That's right, the Old Republic. Here we are in 2020. Talking about Star Wars: The Old Republic. How did I get into this game? Well, let me start off by telling you that in 1977, way back in 1977, I went to see Star Wars with my dad. This was the first foray into a geek world, a nerddom that I had never understood that before. I mean, I don't really think even those phrases of geek culture, for example, that just didn't really exist in the 1970s. Excuse me. And it was really that movie, that really propelled me forward into that world, and boy, am I ever happy it did, because it was, it became a part of my life. And yeah, so what's the story? Okay, so I go to the movies with my dad, and it's the 7 p.m. show, right? And I'm 5 years old, and I'd been to movies before, but never I've seen The Jungle Book, the Disney animation one. I saw the Zorro, The Adventures of Zorro, or something like that, which was oddly enough a black and white movie, but I do remember seeing that one. I saw Bambi with my mom and my sister, so I remember that one as well. But all of those movies, as unique and as interesting as they were, they didn't, it was exciting to go to a movie, but it didn't have that same thrill and pizzazz that what would happen in it when I watched Star Wars for the first time. Oddly enough, in that story, I never actually watched the entire movie. And it wasn't because I fell asleep. In fact, my dad and I went to see the movie. I told this story on another video, but I went to the movie and my bedtime was 8 o'clock. So my dad and I went to the movie. We started at 7 o'clock. We started the movie. The movie started at 7. And I probably watched about the first 30 to 40 minutes of the movie. And I thought, oh my God, this is the greatest movie ever. And then my dad said, okay, let's go. It's time to go home. I'm like, what? Okay. So I got up and, left. And I didn't think anything of that, but man, that movie sure made an indelible imprint on my life. I can assure you of that. Now, I'm not one of these individuals that has the that understands the minutia history of the Star Wars universe. I'm not really that kind of I'm not at that level of fandom per se. But it's still a big part of my life, and I'm very grateful for it. So what I want to do with this series is actually express that love for this world through this game. And it's a way for you to get to know me, but also just, this is something that it's something about me. It's something about my past, and it resonates with me. It's kind of in my DNA, I guess you could say, almost. So this game, let me flip slides here. Okay, so there we are. Now, I am in this world. There's my character there. You can see a better shot of her. Let's take out her gun here. There we go. There we go. Got a better view of her on the screen now. Now, this is the Imperial Agent. Now, this is probably, in my opinion, probably one of two of the best stories that you could have in this game. All of the stories are really interesting, but this one in particular had caught my imagination as soon as I started playing it, and I realized, whoa, this is different. It is an MMO, massive multi online game, but this is a different level of storytelling within an MMO framework. So that's why I'm really excited about showing this to you first. Now, my plan is that I'm going to go through planet by planet. I'm going to record the story, put it online for you so you can experience this with me. I've been through the story before, so I know kind of what I expected, but it still excites me every time certain little things happen. And at the end of this year, at the end of 2020, there will be a new expansion that comes out, and this expansion is going to provide a new section to the storyline as we go through. So I'm hoping that as we go from the very beginning of the story, by the time that new expansion hits, we will have completed all of the storyline, and then we'll be able to go into the new chapter and be able to see that completely fresh and see what that does. So that's my hope for this this story and for this video, and I'm glad that you are along for the ride. All right, I've got my in-game sound capture is checked. I've got my microphone on, which is checked. I've done this a few times. Last thing I want to do before we get into the actual story is don't forget to follow me on social media. This is Feel Good Fridays, of course, and I will be uploading these videos on Friday afternoons. Check me out on Instagram, the YouTube channel, and Facebook all together. These are all things that are slowly starting to get built up, so don't be afraid if there's not a lot going on there right now. I am trying very hard with my busy life to do this as much as I can. All right, here we go, everybody. Imperial Agent on Hutta from the very beginning. Let's check it out. Now, Hutta, just in case you don't know, this is a gangster planet. It's run by the Hutts. And during the cutscenes, during the conversation aspects of those cutscenes, I'm going to not talk because I don't want to interrupt what's going on. But I know right now that there's actually no conversation at this point. It will be coming up in about a minute or so. Do love that new hairstyle on her. I spent some cartel coins on that one because I thought, yeah, this character's going to be on the internet. I want her to look decent. She's got a show to do, you know? She's got that little scar underneath her chin. Just enough to say she's been in some action. She could have had that surgically removed, but no. She wants to keep that on there. Yeah, look at that. You can see that right there. She's got that scowl going on. Checking it out. What's going on? Someone's getting into trouble. She's casing the joint, checking it out, making sure everything's okay. Here we go.
Secure transmission established. This is Keeper. We may speak freely, Agent. Prepare to receive your orders.
I'm ready, sir. What's the assignment?
In short, subversion. You were chosen for this operation because of your exemplary performance during training. Imperial intelligence needs agents capable of working independently in the field. Now you apply your training to the real world. Nemro the Hutt and his organization run Jaguna, and you're in town to convince Nemro to supply the Empire.
I understand. How do I proceed?
We need to know what Nemro and his advisors are thinking before we can act. I want you to obtain access to the Nemro clan's inner circle. You require a cover identity. One of our contacts, an alien named Jig, has prepared a background for you and will provide the details.
So who am I going to be?
You'll be taking the role of a visiting pirate and trader. As I said, our contact will give you the details. Jig will be waiting for you at a safe house. Locate him, take what he offers, then report to me.
Are we sure this contact is trustworthy?
Jig won't betray us. Whether he succeeds at his assigned tasks is another matter. I'd be more concerned with the rest of the populace. Most of Jaguna is caught up in a turf war. Some of the gangs involved belong to the Hutts. Others are independent. Your combat training should see you through, but expect brutality and expect to be targeted. Jaguna isn't friendly to strangers. Now, find Jig and report back to me. Keep her out.
All right. Mission is on task. Can holster her weapon. She doesn't need to. She doesn't need to go guns blazing all right out of the beginning here. Now you can see in this there are other quests. Okay, there are things that you're going to see these little triangles pop up. Don't worry about those. I'm not, because I'm going to be sticking specifically to the storyline quest only. And you can see down by the mini map. Well, actually, you can't here. I can. There's a little purple triangle. I'm going to go right in this green door. There's Jake.
Acrodonomales, smogas total gisbavo apiatai.
How did an alien on Hutta end up working for the Empire?
Small sio poputus mana ira padare mana nan kali. Vataranai angomis akananorm, alas protas era. Graitai aptikte, iruprit vertini savasia sa vebe kaigis.
If there's another red blade out there, won't that be a problem?
Small sio poputus mana ira padare mana nan kali. Vataranai angomis akananorm, alas protas era.
I'm not going to like this, am I?
Carbejo pargi. Acrodonomales, smogas total gisbavo apiatai. Graitai aptikte, iruprit vertini savasia sa vebe kaigis.
In other words, you messed up and want me to fix things.
Small sio poputus mana ira padare mana nan kali. Graitai aptikte, iruprit vertini savasia sa vebe kaigis. Vataranai angomis akananorm, alas protas era.
All right, so basically she's got her new contact information, like she's got her new identity, but the gifts that are needed to kind of blackmail her way into Nemro the Hutt have been stolen, and it's my job to go and get them back. So let's do that. I can just go around these guys. I don't need to worry about killing anything right now. In fact, I'm going to jump on my speeder. Make this a bit quicker. There we go.
Not even a challenge. The hunt begins. This is too easy.
Now I should say, there we go. I should say that You don't usually have a companion this early in the game because I'm level 75. I have a companion that I've had for quite a while, actually, with other characters. This is Shay Vizsla. We will actually meet Shay Vizsla officially in the future. I'm not going to spoil anything about her backstory because it is pretty cool. But it's just so you know, it's not something that is generally seen within the very beginning stages of the game here. Just make a wide berth around these guys here. There we go. Back to Jake.
Sio taisek la prasma era. Padra vimos brandimus prostis cad atveretag.
You've done well. The Empire is grateful to you.
Francia baja as atvexia. Vataranai angomis akana norm. Alas protas era.
Okay, getting a call coming in.
From this point forward, operational security will be at a premium. You will not contact us from this terminal again.
Smal sio popudus mana ira padare mana nan kali.
I understand you corrected Jeek's mishandling of the situation, Agent. We'll now proceed.
Acknowledged and understood.
Your next task is to access Nemro's inner circle. Present yourself to the Hut as a fellow gangster, the Red Blade, and offer him Jeek's gifts. One of the gifts is implanted with a listening device, which we will use to monitor conversations within Nemro's palace.
Are you listening for something specific?
At this juncture, our primary goal is to find weaknesses in Nemro's organization. Even if the Hut won't join us, we might influence his lieutenants. Talk to Nemro and his men. Determine who we can turn and how we can sway them. We will be listening.
In that case, I better watch my mouth.
I expect my ears can handle it, Blade. Be careful what you say. And lose the accent. When you're in the Hut Palace, you're no longer an Imperial. Contact me from the cantina once Nemro has his presence. Keep her out.
So you'll notice when the character is talking, she has kind of a British accent. What's interesting is when she goes into like spy mode, she doesn't have that in certain areas. So when we hear her next time, you'll hear a little bit less of that British tone in her accent. It's a real. It's just one of those really small little details, you know, that I think make the story, this story and others, so compelling. Is these just these small little details really makes a big difference in my estimation. All right, so here's Nimro's palace. To bolt my way through here just to make it a little bit faster. Right into this green door. Bloop. There we go. All right, so this is the... Now we are getting introduced to some new characters here.
The pirate's on her way. Security droids say she's armed, but she won't be trouble.
Let's hope not. Here she is now.
I'll go tell the boss.
This is Carol's. Tell the throne room that the Blades arrived. When Nemro shows, stay at least 5 meters back and don't come up unless you're called. One wrong move, and you're a pile of ash.
I understand. I'm not here to cause trouble.
Just going over the rules. You've got a reputation, and we don't want any problems.
You could hear the voice change there.
Allow me to present Nemro the Hutt, the illustrious crime king of Jaguna.
Kutsinanchie Jatongi ma Techu. Gadwachi ne boiga, Manulia Okba Kisa Spina Perupa. Dodi Buna Buna, Manchikabok nonis nemo.
It's more than you're worth, you pile of slime.
Yeta chopachawa aita.
Not bad. Nemro, the idols here are real orodium. The cloth looks like...
Manama asha bicho. Kipuna malituta odmishka kabano tasema. Ki ubakiri wata bangi danko batoga wata.
I'm very grateful. You've got quite a place here.
Hai chibanaga. Ye kuba jiji. Kuoting. Noli makichisa.
Kikuna mo. Uban chone alipa. Istin koto.
Conchuta. Kasu yali koira. Tokanti kong.
Looks like your audience with Nemro is over. You'll have to forgive the interruption. I've been working for that Hut since he killed my gang when I was 13. Trust me, you can't talk to him when he's like this.
What's all this about Fadra?
We're having trouble with the Fathra clan, and it's getting to all of us. Fathra's out of line, but the Hut cartel hasn't bothered to interfere.
So it's a business dispute. What are you feuding over?
Everything.
gives me
The
a little in.
mines, the factories, the slaving operations. Now look, I need to work up new plans with security and keep an eye on Taflajian to keep him from suggesting anything stupid. In the meantime, you're a guest, and you've got our permission to do business here. You got the run of the palace, so I'll see you around.
Alrighty. So you could hear in that conversation how her voice actually changed. It went from that kind of like British dialect to something that was a little bit more Americanized almost in terms of how she was dealing with things. Again, it's one of those really unique little features of the storytelling that I find really, really interesting in all of this. I believe this is where I'm supposed to go. Yep. Going to my room here. Alright, and I gotta check out a few things because I want to disable the security. I don't remember exactly which one. Nothing there. There's one there. I think this is one here. I think there's one on the table as well, if I'm not mistaken. There's the other one. And then this one? Nope. Nope. It's always the last one, right? There we go. All right. So this will those are listening devices. Now that I've disengaged all of those, I can actually now talk to my keeper.
Well done, Agent. The listening device is working perfectly, and Nemro can keep no more secrets from us. Imperial intelligence has determined that Nemro's human lieutenant, Carlos Jarvis, is the weak link in his operation. You're going to twist the man until he serves us.
I don't see it. He didn't seem particularly disloyal.
Carlos has advised the Hut for many years, and he's sympathetic towards the Empire. He admires our efficiency, and he prefers humans in authority. He'll do for our purposes. Unfortunately, Carlos is on the verge of disfavor with Nemro, while the Twi'lek Lieutenant Taflajian, I believe, is Nemro's rising star. I want you to go to Carlos and offer your services as the Red Blade. Do whatever
against Carol's?
Carol's work has been suffering due to the interference of the Fothery clan. Nemro finds that an unacceptable excuse for failure. One other thing, Agent, this operation of ours has drawn the attention of a member of the Dark Council, Darth Jadus himself. The Council's authority is second only to that of the Emperor. It's a rare honor for an intelligence operation to be overseen in this way.
I believe I understand, sir. I won't disappoint you.
Report back once you've rendered whatever aid Carol's requires. Keep her out.
So there's some stuff there in that first story that is going to play out in future future parts of the story. So very cool. I'm not going to spoil it, of course, because well, that would be stupid for me to do. I'm not going to do that. Why would I spoil it? Then you can just like not watch my videos. All right, so we want to leave the place now. Speak to Gerald. Oh no, we want to go back to see Gerald's here. There he is. Uh-oh.
Don't be in such a hurry, Blade. Don't you remember me? Your old buddy, Dino Ray? I don't think you looked this good when we met up on Hoth. Or so girly. But you couldn't be an imposter. You know your friend Dino.
Of course I remember you, Dino. How long it's been.
A little too long, it seems. Turns out we got a problem. You see, you don't look like the Blade I know. The Blade who owes me credits. But you say you're the Blade, my pretty lady friend. So I'll take you at your word and ask for my money. You understand?
All right, so now here we have a choice that's going to affect part of the future conversation. So 3. Now I'm kind of running a bad line. Like I'm not a nice person as far as a spy goes. So I'm actually going to stick to the red triangle and
I understand,
take him
Albright.
out.
You're a rat who needs to die.
Is that so? Well, let's see what you can do, Blade.
And dead. That's the great thing about these very early planets. It doesn't take anything to kill people.
Blade, come on over. Glad to see you're enjoying the palace. Look, I've only got 5 minutes before I have to go meet with some alien freaks. I want to ask you something. You've been around the galaxy a few times. What's it like dealing with the Empire?
It's been good business, and the government hasn't given me much trouble.
You're one of the last real independents. I admire you for that, but your kind is dying out. The Hutts have taken control of the gangs, and I think real soon the Republican Empire will want control of the Hutts, even if Nimrod won't believe it. So if we gotta pick a side, I want to pick a winner, and I don't see the Empire losing.
Sounds reasonable, but what are you going to do about it?
For starters, I make sure I'm not being stupid. There's more on the line than business. My sons are free traders. They're doing business in the solar system. It's their first time dealing with the Empire, so I worry. I probably shouldn't. But you came to me for a reason. What can I do for you, Blade?
You know Hutta pretty well, but you don't have my skills. I thought we could partner up for a job.
Is that right? Normally I wouldn't, but lately I could use someone who works alone and gets results. Nemro's been stewing in his slime since we lost a shipment of rare ores in the Evokai lands. He blames me for some reason. Now the Evokai, they're Hutta natives from before the cartel came. They mostly want us dead. If you get that shipment back, I'll pay you good.
All right, I'm interested.
And maybe we both come out ahead. There's a work camp outside Jaguna. Nimro set it up for some evil guy who wanted peace. Bad deal. Poor Rubes. The chief there, Odef, was supposed to talk to the other evil Kai tribes about returning the ore, but he didn't come through. He knows something, though. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an appointment to keep, but I look forward to seeing if the Red Blade's as good as they say.
All right, so we've got next mission here. So basically, in order to help kind of ingratiate myself with this guy, I need to take care of some work for him, and that will allow me to kind of get in close, you know, because that's what spies do, right? And
We're not responsible for missed departures. There are others waiting. Move along.
let's go for a ride here. So, yeah, let's just stop here. You can see how detailed this world really is. I mean, this is just the starter area. In other worlds that we see, it's going to be pretty impressive. I do have the graphics set as basically as high as I can get them. So that's one of the reasons why it's such a nice view. It's pretty. It's nice and pretty. And I'm going to try to ignore as much as I can these red guys, because those are the ones that I would need to kill. At this point, I don't really need to worry about that because I'm not here to gain XP or anything like that. I'm here to kind of run through the quest. So I'm going to speed through these areas as quickly as possible to get to where I need to be. And here I am. Just like that.
You said you were going to get the ore back.
I have done all I can. The other tribes, will not listen.
If you say so. Hey, you the Red Blade. Heard you were coming. Thought we'd soften up the chief for you.
Any luck with your interrogation?
Says he's real sorry he couldn't make a deal. That's about it.
The other tribes, the evil guy who refused peace, it was they who attacked your shipment. You have given us homes and work. I help you willingly. But the tribes will not return Nemro's metals.
They won't even negotiate.
The tribes, they stole the shipment despite the huts, and to use for themselves. They will make weapons, machines. They took the metals to their great village in the swamps. Only a beast or a shadow can enter. Seek the shipment there if you wish.
Thank you. You've been a great help.
I only do my part.
Figured out that response pretty quick.
All right, Chief. Let's get you a med-pack or two. You've had a busy day.
I find that funny. They kind of interrogate him, beat him up, and it's like, we'll give you a med pack, you know, for your troubles. So you can go off and do your thing. Those guys are hilarious. Don't you know that torture really doesn't work to get information? Alright, now I'm going to, let's see if I can bypass this stuff here. Nice, here we go, good. Alright, take this one right here. I might have to kill some stuff here.
Not even a challenge.
Two. Over here.
Stay down.
Now, believe me, when you get to higher levels, it's a little bit harder than that to take out the people that you need to. And I'll do this one right here. Sure. Why not?
This is too easy. Someone clean up this mess.
Done and done. Now, if you've played this before, you know that I am actually button pressing. I'm not. I don't have my keybinds up yet, so that's why I'm hitting these buttons. I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with that yet.
Stay down.
There we go. Let's finish off this.
Someone clean up this mess.
And we need one more group here.
Too easy.
Done. Okay.
Not even a challenge.
Go. Now I need to go back to the. I'm just gonna. I'll use this one here. That way I can get back a bit faster. Speed up the process.
We're not responsible for missed departures.
It's not that it's a long way to go from A to B in this little map, but it just speeds up the process. I'm at 36 minutes already. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
Slow down, Blade. Stay with me a while. We haven't had the chance to talk.
New NPC, huh?
I'm Cleo. Nemro puts me in charge of the good stuff.
Hello,
his
Cleo.
guns, his troops, the safety of his little palace. You can spare some time for me, right?
I have a minute. What can I do for you?
So sweet and so polite. And here I figured you'd be eager to head back outside, blow the heads off a few locals. You've got a nasty reputation, you know. I hear you went and murdered poor Dino Ray right on this spot. What was that about, Blade?
Dino and I go way back. He had it coming.
It's too bad. He had a pretty face before you messed with it. Me, I'm betting you and Dino had something else going on. You had a reason for coming to Nemro's house. Maybe money, maybe power. I like to think there'll be trouble, Blade. You'll be bloodthirsty, treacherous. Because I could enjoy keeping an eye on a bloodthirsty, treacherous pirate.
You've got a strange idea of fun, lady.
I get bored easily. Even hyperversions get old after a while. If you are trouble, take your time. I'd hate to stick a blaster to your head, or a slave collar around your neck, before I've seen everything you can do. That's all I wanted to say. You can go now.
It's been a pleasure, Cleo.
Of course it has.
You know, there's not a lot of players that actually like Cleo as a companion, but she's got a really interesting story.
Mining operations. He's going to keep tapping our gas pocket and cut our supply in half.
O kakiza spida perupa, kadwa shiniko higa danuya.
Don't play dumb with me, Taflishan. Papa doesn't need to steal our customers if he doesn't leave us any gas to sell, and we can't uproot him without help.
Punyu kichawa joto jamba.
Idiot. Sorry about Taflishan, Blade. Legitimate business brings out the worst in us. Makes me miss actual crime, you know. But it looks like you're about to brighten my day. You find the shipment?
I have it right here, delivered as promised.
The fee's been transferred to your account. You'll have access by the time you're back at your apartments. You earned every credit. I'd buy you a drink in the cantina, but I need to have a chat with Nimro. We should talk more another time, though. You do good work.
I appreciate it,
Alright, so now I go back to my little apartment. Check out whatever's there. There we go, right there.
The operation is proceeding well, Agent. Thanks to your intervention, Carol's Jarvis will once again have Nemro's ear. I took note of your meeting with Nemro's Security Chief Galileo. You handled yourself well. Still be on your guard. You've identified her as a freelance assassin, enforcer, and anarchist.
Add some extra light here.
She's been attached to a dozen employers in half as many years, using several different aliases.
There we go.
I'll be cautious.
She's a wild card. She may prove a liability, but she could also prove very useful. Watch her. On to more immediate concerns. Nemro operates a major Schwash gas mine on Hutta. The Empire wants access to Nemro's refined gas. Unfortunately, Farfar is tapping the same gas pocket as Nemro. We need to destroy Farfar's operations in the rust yards before Nemro's grinds to a halt.
So it's a sabotage mission.
That's correct. You will travel to Farfar's mining facility and place explosives in the drill shaft, destroying the equipment and collapsing part of the gas pocket. You'll need to strip a uniform and credentials off the facility guards to pass the final security checkpoint. A working disguise is imperative.
Should be straightforward.
Your disguise may not hold up under close inspection, so avoid conversation. The explosives have already been delivered to your room. Once you're finished, go back to Carol's Jarvis and make sure he knows what happened. Take the credit if you like.
It'll be handled. Is there anything else?
One more thing, Agent. Darth Jadis pays increasing attention to your work. He will reward success or failure appropriately, and I will not intervene. Report back after you've destroyed the mine and inform Carol's of the results. Keep her out.
Alright, get my explosives here. And done. Alright, I'm going to leave it right there. This has gone on for 43 minutes. I'm probably going to go back and do a little bit of editing. Make it a little bit easier to digest. Alright, in that case, have a great time. We will be back with Star Wars The Old Republic Part 2 on Hutta very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day.